Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 2 of the Mr. Vince podcast. I'm here again with my guest Meg Shuba from megshubayoga.com, and we're continuing our conversation about Body Poetic Yoga and their yoga teacher training program, which, if you guys don't know, I'm going to be taking part of this summer, and I'm hoping to document the whole experience here on my channel, which is really exciting. So we were talking in the last episode a little bit about your specific methodology, and I want to talk a little bit about this idea of poetic sequencing and dig a little deeper into what that means. I don't want you to reveal too many trade secrets because I want them to come and experience for themselves.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about what that means and maybe how it came to be and what it means for you.
Yeah. Well, for those that don't know, we throw the word methodology out, and it's in yoga teacher training. If you were to take training with us, there's a certain amount of hours required by our governing body. So when you finish your training, you are certified, you can teach all over the world. So we spend a portion and a certain amount of hours on sequencing specifically. Methodology isn't just sequencing, it's also like, how do I cue the body? How do I lead people? How do I actually teach the skills of teaching another human and another body? For us, it's this dance of being intelligent and also artful. So when we sequence a class, I want your body to open up naturally. I don't want you to feel forced in any way. I do want you to feel challenged. But for example, I had talked about it's like a storyline. It's like a movie. I'm not going to give you the climax of the story before I give you the plot first. Before I give you that, I'm going to set the scene of where are we? What's our environment? Who are the characters? So that's the best metaphor that I can use. But we're not just throwing postures together. We're doing it because why are we here? For this class specifically, what do I want people to feel?
Mm-hmm. And there is something to be said about a teacher who has the ability to communicate well. I've taken some classes in the past where I get lost in the sauce and it's hard to follow the cueing. But I have to say, with your teachers, it's very easy to follow the cueing. It almost goes into a meditation. I no longer have to think. I'm just following the cueing. So how is that determined? Is there a science to that?
There is a science.
Yeah.
So teaching yoga is like a blend of art and science. So similar to sequencing, that I give you a certain format, but then there's all this wiggle room inside. Same thing with cueing. There is steps on how to cue a body so people can understand. And you can insert your own personality and your own language, but also like a formula. These are things I have to say in order for people to understand me. So like you said, you can be on your mat and you're not so much in the frontal part of your brain trying to figure out what someone said.
Well, I know from my experience as an educator, you can go in with a lesson plan, but there is a certain amount of improvisation that has to take place, especially if you're working with a group of people that's never come together before, a group of strangers even. How does that work for you, looking at the group, sort of assessing in the moment what the skill level is and where everybody's at? Maybe you had something planned that was a little more advanced and then you have to improvise on the fly. How does that work for you?
Yeah, that's such a great question, and it happens more often than not. So I always like to have in my mind, because I do the whole alumni, they laugh. They are like, Meg's got a squirrel brain. She has so many ideas that she wants to share. The same way when I go into a class. So I need to have a framework. Why am I here? It keeps my nervous system grounded. That way their nervous systems can also be grounded. But I might have a plan and then I walk into class and I'm like, nope, that's not today. Whether it's the level of practitioner or the time of day or whatever's going on in the world, or I can just see people's bodies move and I'm like, this is what they actually need. So it's I put their needs above my ego, and I'm not I'm here to teach people crow no matter what. I'm going to see what happens with their bodies, and then I might take some away. I might add some. I might switch stuff up on the fly. And I always think I'm in service to other people. It's not about me. It's not about even what I want to teach. It's about them. And then when I continually remind myself I am in service to others, then I let that spontaneity occur and the ability to adjust what maybe I originally had planned.
And one of the things you also say is nothing for the sake of ego. You know, we're not doing this to show off. We're not doing this for the sake of ego. So, I mean, that definitely sets you apart. And I think that that's so important to just assess people's needs and what they need. One time, you and Olivia were talking about how if you need a child's pose, take a child's pose.
Yeah.
You know, give your body what it needs.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important to just give people that space and not be so rigid sometimes.
And honestly, the most advanced yogi is going to be the one in the back row taking child's pose. And you know, a lot of people think you have to do yoga teacher training and you have to know how to balance on your hands before you come to Costa Rica. That is so untrue. If you're saying, hey, I'm going to stop and I'm going to, you know, take child's pose, I think that's a more advanced practice.
Yeah, it's more mindful maybe.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, this is a wonderful conversation, but we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Tired of slipping and sliding through practice? Meet the Lifeform Yoga Mat, the premium mat that's revolutionizing home yoga. With its groundbreaking Grip For Me technology, you'll hold every warrior pose with confidence. The innovative Align For Me system guides your body into perfect alignment, preventing injuries whether you're a beginner or a seasoned yogi. Plus, it's longer, wider, and thicker than standard mats, giving you the space and cushioning you deserve, all while being eco-friendly and PVC-free. Join hundreds of thousands of yogis worldwide who've transformed their practice. Order yours today using the link in the description box and get a free carrying bag included. Lifeform, made by yogis for yogis. All right, welcome back, everybody. Let's get back into the conversation. So I would like to know, for those people who are wondering if they want to take the teacher training or not, tell us a little bit about what is the difference between taking a yoga class versus taking a lab, being in a lab, an Asana Lab in teacher training. Is there a difference? Does it feel like you're taking just a bunch of yoga classes or does it feel different?
Yeah. So we do take yoga classes in teacher training. It's the first thing we wake up to. We do mantra and we practice together in Sangha, which means in community. And then later in the day, we have something called Asana Lab. And for those that don't know, asana just breaks down to like yoga posture. So for the sake being, let's just call it yoga posture labs. So there's only so much that you can take in a 60-minute class as a student. And really as a teacher, there's only so many things that I can say about a certain pose before 60 minutes is up. So these posture labs, we break down everything that you have ever wanted to know about alignment in the pose. Am I putting my foot really where it should be? We talk about modifications. So if you're not feeling it and you want to take another variation, we talk about that. We talk about why do we take this pose? The anatomical benefits, like why is it good for my glands or my muscles or certain bones or joints? Energetic benefits, how am I going to feel when I take this pose? And then for the teacher element, we also talk about how do I hands-on adjust students and how do I sequence it. So it's really fun. It's towards the end of the day. We get in a big circle. We have mats in the middle, and we just take a plethora of yoga poses, and we break down everything that you have ever wanted to know about each pose.
Nice. And you have the 200-hour students alongside the 300-hour students. Yeah. What is the benefit of that? Yeah. Specifically?
So we like to say this isn't our first rodeo. We have done many. I would have to go back and count how many teacher trainings we've done. And we've done it in this format for the last, 3 or maybe 4 years, in which when we're in Costa Rica, our level 1, that's our 200-hour, the class you'll be in, with together our 300 hours. So there's 2 levels in teacher trainings, a 200-hour and a 300-hour. You guys are in it together. So you basically get built-in mentors while you're there.
Nice.
So again, I don't want to be the only teacher, and I think it behooves you to have many teachers. So you get to learn from those that have already been through a 200-hour, and they'll be like, hey, Vince, I'd recommend doing like note cards on this. This is going to be on the test. Or, hey, Vince, like I found this to be really, really helpful when I went through the program. So you get like your best buddies with you.
It's so important.
Yeah.
And speaking of mentorship, let's just talk a little bit about the Bridge program.
Yeah. So we have an early bird special ending December 31st. So if you register for training on or before that day, we are giving away a free mentorship to everyone that does this.
Wow.
And it's called Life After Yoga Teacher Training. So we have found once everyone goes home after teacher training, I think you like sit on your couch and you have a blank stare and you're like, what just happened? Oh my goodness. And then your mind starts like percolating and you're like, oh, dang it. I wish I would have asked Meg and Brooke and Olivia these questions, or this has come to mind, or maybe you've gone through an audition, or maybe you start teaching and you have questions. We all need teachers. I have a teacher to this day. My teacher has teachers. So we're giving away a mentorship that's going to happen 4 weeks after you get home, and we get to gather. We get to do like Q&A. Included, you also get a one-on-one private session where we get to talk about like your specific needs.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that a little bit more in the next episode. I have some more specific questions about that for sure. So just one last question before we go. So obviously it's a rigorous program. There's a lot of time spent in study, working on the mat, and just, experiencing the whole training. Is there time for fun, and what does that look like with the Body Poetic crew? What do you guys like to do for fun?
Yoga. Yeah, there'll be spurts of little free times where you can, like I said, we're on a private beach. Mm-hmm. And I'm a big lover of sunsets, so I will be like the first one to be like, you guys, let's stop this posture lab. Let's go like dip in the sea. We've got pools, we've got jungles, so there's times where you can like connect with nature and just be like, okay, let me shut the book down and like, let me go grab my new friend and drink from a coconut and like chill out. Yeah.
And are you guys foodies? Because I like to eat. And I would like to know, what is the food situation like?
I love it. I am also a foodie, and also those that know me, I love my coffee. So thank goodness Costa Rica has great coffee. But we're going to be eating like Costa Rican fare. So there'll be beans and rice, and there'll be seafood for those that partake in seafood. We'll have proteins. We'll also get like smoothies from like papayas, and everything will be local. And also we've got an amazing chef. So we will be eating clean, but also nourishing. So you feel just like really, really good.
It sounds amazing. And it's so funny because I was listening to another podcast the other day, and they were talking about how no one takes a yoga class and then immediately says, I want a cheeseburger. Like your body just feels enlightened, and you want a green juice after yoga. You want something healthy. You want a kombucha. You want something alive and living. And so I think it's amazing that you're combining the healthy foods with this experience, because it's what your body's going to be craving.
And I think when you're there and you're in the jungle and by the water and you're studying with this cohort and you're learning new things about you, it's almost like you want to take better care of yourself. And you're like, I deserve to eat really fresh and really good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we will talk more about that in the next episode. I hope you guys will subscribe so that you can get notifications about the next episode, because we're keeping Meg here. We're going to continue the conversation. And just to give you a little bit more information about the training program, it's all linked in the description box below. The training is going to start on May 29th, and then we're headed to Costa Rica in July, which it's going to be nice and hot and sunny.
Oh, yeah. But rainstorms. We'll get
that
rainstorms.
That isn't the rainy season.
And there's waterfalls.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. But check that out. Make sure you look in the description box below for more information, and come back and see us for the next episode. Thanks, guys.